leading to the announcement of the results, a lot of activities occurred. A number of journalists began to complain that it was taking too long and all that. But all that is history now. I can tell you that what we're about to see is a series of events connected and interconnected from both divides. For the PDP, I've heard their supporters say that even if the elections are conducted in the state 100 times, they are going to win. They are confident that PDP is, I beg your pardon, River State is a PDP state. They've been celebrating, but that is not the song that is being sung right now in the camp of the APC. They think that the whole election for them was no election, and that they have issues, reservations that they think they will take to the court of law, to the tribunal. For them, they think they have evidences to show, to buttress their position, and they expect the authorities to look in their direction. So those are the vibes we are getting from the political parties. We expect more reactions to come. So on one side, in the camp of the PDP, celebration, is confidence, is hope. I understand that they will be putting an event together sometime this morning, maybe in line with their celebration that they started to show even from the INEC office. And
okay, Emmanuel,
yeah,
I mean, all that considered, quickly, just let us, what are the figures? Let's just do the figures, the result figures in the election, quickly. Just remind us about the figures.
Okay. In order to get the figures straight, so we have to take a look at some of the notes we took. All the votes garnered by the APC governorship candidate, Mr. Dakoko Piti side, we have 124,896. 124,896, and for the PDP governorship candidate Yesom Wike, what we have pen down is 102,9102.
Emmanuel, you said earlier that there are two songs being, two songs from the two parties. The APC is saying, by and large, elections didn't take place. PDP saying we've won, and INEC agreeing with them and announcing a result. What is your assessment of what happened in Rivers State? Is it your conclusion that elections happened or not?
Well, that will kind of put me on the spot. As a reporter, I can just tell you, I can sound the feelings of the people from both sides, and maybe...
No, you can tell us what you saw.
Yes, yeah, from what we saw elections, voting took place in some areas. We also saw violence in some other areas. But what they will tell you is that the violence took place in not so many areas as to discredit the entire process. But when we moved around town, and we saw people who actually took part in the voting process. But we also got some very disturbing reports from places like Akukutoro, where some of my journalists, some of my colleagues said shootings took place from like Friday night till Saturday, and shootings also took place in several places. This is just a reminder. While the results were being read, the coalition officer from MOA, a local government area, was narrating a story of how they were trying to conduct elections in one of the wards that was still outstanding, and it was gunfire, bullets flying in different directions. They had to scamper for safety. In an attempt to escape for their lives, they left some of the materials, and this is just to also bring us up to speed that there was a big asterisk mark on MOA, and it stands cancelled at this time.
Now, apart from regular journalists such as yourself, obviously elections, there are always observers. Did you come across any, and what did they tell you about their experiences with elections in this state?
Well, please, you have to come back again. I think Victor
I said apart from journalists such as yourself, there were observers deployed all over Rivers State to observe these elections. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I got that.
Okay, so what are observers saying?
I spoke with a group called Pan-African Women Initiative from South Africa. They say they are observing, or they observed the elections under the United Nations women led by Eno Ben Udense. I spoke with her a few minutes after the results were announced. I wanted to find out what she thinks about the election, and she said in many of, that in many of the places they went to, the elections came out free and fair, and that it was only one experience of violence they had, and that was the one at Omagwa. That apart from that, they didn't have any. But a group of other observers, regional observers, said they also had a different story to tell. They say the elections were mad with a lot of violence in many of the places that they've been to. So you have some observers saying this, that things appear okay for them, and some other observers saying, look, we have reservations.
So discordant tones about this election, even among international observers?
Yes, they seem to have different opinions.
All right, Emmanuel, can we fast forward from the conduct of the polls itself? I'd like you to describe to us what the process was and how you can categorize it, the gap between after the polls have been conducted and the process of collating the results. How would you describe that? Do you think it was fair? Do you think it was open? Under what conditions were these votes collated?
Well, essentially, we wanted to be at the end point, if you know what I mean, at the office of the Independent National Electoral Commission in Port Harcourt, the head office, where a lot of the results were coming in. And what we saw is that as the results came in, we had agents of the APC and agents of the PDP seated there, but they got into words at some point where they think they were not satisfied with some of the figures. So how do we describe this? Was it fast? No, I wouldn't say it was fast. I wouldn't say it was absolutely slow, maybe somewhere in between. But I'm sure those who are approaching the tribunal, maybe we have issues with some of the results we have heard in terms of total votes cast and some of the other figures that we heard today.
All right, Emmanuel, thank you very much. We know that it's not yet the end in Rivers State. The drama is still unfolding, and we hope to get back to you sometime during the day for more feedback on the situation in Rivers State.
Thank you.